And joining us now, the host of Facing South Florida, Jim DeFede. And Jim, a sweeping victory for Donald Trump. You saw Ted Scouten's piece where a lot of Hispanics say they felt Democrats were out of touch with how they feel. Is it as simple as that? Or, as a pundit said back in the day, it's the economy?
So, leading up to the election, I said that there were going to be two stories. If Kamala Harris won, it would be because of an historic turnout among women, and she was able to message on abortion, and also that a lot of those voters were turned off by Donald Trump's rhetoric. And if Donald Trump won, it was because he was able to reach out and have historic proportions with male voters, with younger voters, particularly young white men, and it was going to be driven by the economy. Well, Donald Trump won, and we know that the voting was really driven by the economic message. And to your point, Jim, yes, he won the majority of Hispanic males across the entire country. He won a larger percentage of Hispanic female voters. He won a higher percentage than he ever has before of young black male voters. But he also won female voters, older female white voters, turned out for Donald Trump in ways that really cut into any possibility that Kamala Harris had. So what you saw was the economic message. Donald Trump believed, rather, let me say it this way. Kamala Harris was trying to be the agent of change. She was trying to say that turn the page from Donald Trump and move to me. The problem is she's the existing vice president, and Joe Biden's popularity was so poor, so dismal at this point, that she was just lumped in with him, and Donald Trump became the agent of change.
Let's focus on Florida, specifically Miami-Dade County. That massive swing from Democratic stronghold just in 2016 to where we are as of last night and the numbers that came in. And now clearly red county at this point. We heard from Chevron Jones earlier. He said, OK, the Democratic Party is going to have, a lot of questions to answer for, including a look at leadership. Where do they go from here?
So I think one of the things in talking to a number of political experts around and also some Democratic leaders around the state, there is a feeling that because of the dominance, it's sort of a weird way to sort of spin this, that they believe that Republicans will likely to overreach. Now, let's take the abortion amendment for a second. 57% of voters said the 6-week abortion ban is too extreme. Probably a larger percentage would have overturned it as well if they weren't convinced that it was also going to do away with parental consent, which the amendment would not have. So the legislature now has a choice. Will they want to continue with that policy of a 6-week abortion ban, knowing the vast majority are opposed to it? My point being that in winning by such large margins, will they then run roughshod in the way they implement policies? And does that provide an opening for Democrats to start campaigning looking ahead to 2026, 2028, and beyond? Will the Republican overreach, if it may come, will that help Democrats?
But Democrats are so outnumbered right now by registered Republican voters.
And so you have to begin with the nuts and bolts things of actually investing in voter registration, messaging to people. Look, the effects of COVID on Florida had a dramatic impact in terms of exactly turning the state more red. Yeah. But a lot of those voters are economic voters as well. And so reaching them, organizing around them, letting them know what the Democratic policies are, that's the blocking and tackling of politics. The Republicans have done it very well. Democrats have been absent.
All right, Jim DeFede, thank you so much.